Hey everybody, it's me, AkashaWolf, and I'm here with the Motorcycle Boss.
Hello.
And I had all you guys vote, well not all you guys, because not everyone's on my Facebook page, but I had put up two options for the next video that I was going to do, and one of them was Reincarnation, and the other one was the Rose of Jericho. And it was literally a tie. Just straight up tie. But one of the first actual votes that I did get was on Reincarnation, so I decided that I was going to do the video on Reincarnation. And the reason why he's here today is because he actually had an experience with, I guess you can say, his life regression, to be able to kind of view his past life. So anyways, I kind of wanted to do this video differently from other videos I've actually seen online. I looked at some videos on YouTube, and a lot of it was just stories of kids who were talking about their past lives, I guess, that they still remember things from their past lives, saying stuff like, oh, that's not my name, you're not my mother, I was a boy when they are a girl, stuff like that. And it's just like, I was getting these other stuff too that was just really long videos of some stuff that just didn't really make sense, and the documentaries and stuff were really long, so I didn't feel like watching those either. But yeah, so with Reincarnation, it's basically like life after death. So you die and you come back in a new physical body, and you're living a new life with a new family, and you, for the most part, are experiencing basically, I guess you can say, karma. So like in your previous life, if you've done bad things, then your next life is going to be crappy because that you're paying for the stuff in your past. And some people or some religions believe that it is something that is constant, that there's no heaven, there's no hell, because you just die and come back. And some people have different theories and stuff like that. Based on all that I've learned about reincarnation and what I've kind of experienced with reincarnation, it's just not necessarily, to me, something where it's just constant. Like, it's just something you keep on doing. For me, I feel that reincarnation is, of course, a learning experience. I think life itself is a learning experience. For you to be able to experience love, happiness, and all these emotions that I feel that we are, I guess you can say, blessed with, even though some of them we don't like. And I feel like that it is, in a way, like perfection of the soul, because when you're learning all these things in your lives, you're becoming like something really awesome. And I feel that it's like perfection of the soul. But that's for me. But people think differently, and yeah. But something that is very commonly believed is that you come to a new life with the same people. Well, not the same people, but the same souls. And you guys, like for example, friends that you may have that are extremely close to you, you might have shared a past life with them, but they may have been someone else, and you guys might have some karma between you guys. So, for example, like maybe someone from your past you had feelings for and were in love with, but you ended up dating somebody else and marrying them, and then like you died, and then like later in life and after they've died, they were reborn and you guys meet again, but this time you guys actually become like, you know, husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever. You guys stay together. And for those of you who are familiar with American Horror Story, I think that shows like a good example of reincarnation, I guess you could say. It's kind of twisted, but I can like see how that has a lot to do with reincarnation, because some people will live like a pretty good life, and then the other people that are really bad and evil and stuff end up going through like the same crap in their next lives, and they kind of keep on repeating the same thing. In American Horror Story, you're dealing with, I guess you can say, like the same actors. These are the same people. They're all sharing kind of like the same life, but they're playing different roles. And they have different personalities and stuff like that. So that's one of the examples, I guess you can say, Reincarnation that kind of makes you understand it a little bit better. And there's another movie that I've actually watched. It's called Cloud Atlas. And this movie is freaking awesome. I love this movie. My mom didn't like it. She said it was boring, but I liked it. And they have the same thing going on, except for it's a little bit more complex. In American Horror Story, all they do is they change your hair color and your accent and stuff like that. But in Cloud Atlas, they have like the same actors, and you can see them going through different times, like literally completely different eras. And what they do is they literally change your ethnicity and even your gender, but they have like basically like the same thing going on. You see that it's supposed to be the same person, the same soul, but you are changed, you know, colors, genders, stuff like that, which I thought was really interesting and awesome. But that again is another kind of example that you guys can look to as reincarnation. I want to do another video on reincarnation that has a little bit more details and stuff like that. But what I do want to do is talk to you guys more about the actual regression and experiencing and getting to see your guys' past life. Because I have actually done regression myself, and so has he. And it was something under hypnosis. The way we were able to do it was hypnosis. And before I actually did this video, I kind of got like a solid thing going on where people that I've actually, you know, talked to and stuff and had them do this have had an experience. So far, there's only one person that I believe didn't really have it. Well, okay, 2 people. But one of them is because they were too wiry, and the other one, the other one, I believe they were a new soul. And that's something in reincarnation as well. You can be a new soul. That's what I believe, and I know other people believe that too, but some people don't, whatever. My mother considers me to be an old soul, because I looked at her really creepy when I was young, I guess. She said I looked like I knew too much. Let's get to those experiences. I was very, very curious, and I've tried multiple ways to do life regressions, and I had done like tarot readings and stuff like that, and I got some basic information. I went based on different things that I feel, like maybe fears and stuff I have. Like, I have this weird thing about burning alive, and then I actually really like fire, so I don't understand what that is. Anyways, my experience was I did this one video. I listened to this one video. It was guided hypnosis, and I didn't know what I was going to get. What I did is I just listened completely to the hypnosis, and I just went for it. And they had told us to go to a door and to open the door, and we would be walking into our past life.
No, don't give them too much, because if they want to do this as well, you don't want them to know exactly what he's going to say. You know, just tell them what you saw, not exactly like the steps that you took to get there.
Oh, okay, yes, alrighty. So, anyways, basically what I found out and what I saw was that I was a man. I was a man in a past life, and it's really, I'll do the connecting afterwards. But I was a man, and I had a son, and I had my mother around, and I took care of my son and my mother, and my wife had died giving birth to my son. And I had been standing in this one place, and there was water, very clear, nice water, and then there was pebbles, like all over the floor. Like it wasn't dirt; it was like literally perfect little pebbles.
Like river rocks.
Yeah, they were perfect, and I could see them, and I looked in front of me, and I can see like the trees and stuff, and I can see the sky. I could see details to everything, and it was really weird because I've never seen a place like this ever in my life. And it came to me where I was, and I was in New Zealand, and I was like, that's weird. But I'll get more to the other stuff I really want to talk about. But I was in New Zealand, and after everything, like beforehand though, something traumatic that happened to me is I think I had drowned at some point when I was a kid. But I didn't die from it, but it was very traumatic to me, and it was something that always bothered me. And something that I was supposed to, I think, kind of notice was the fact that the whole male connection thing going on there. But anyways, that was basically what I got. And then after the whole regression, I had decided to look up New Zealand. I didn't really know anything about New Zealand. As much as I knew about it, New Zealand was like freaking Lord of the Rings. Like, all I thought it was greenery. That's it. That's all I ever thought about New Zealand. I never tried to look it up or anything at all. So I thought it was kind of weird that I got that. So it was nothing that I had expected at all. So I decided to look online for like New Zealand scenery and stuff like that to try to find this place that I saw. And I found the exact place that I saw, and it was insane. Like, the details were perfect, and it was in New Zealand. It blew my mind. And I'll post up the picture right here so you can see it. So yeah, that was basically the picture of what I saw. And I just couldn't believe it. It was perfect. It was spot on, everything. And the connections that I made too was the fact that I ended up meeting him, and he ended up being a person who's extremely, extremely obsessed with New Zealand. So seeing as that I had a past life in New Zealand and he has an obsession, it's very much possible when it comes to reincarnation that we have shared a life together before in a past life. And one of those lives could have been in New Zealand. Like, he has this deep need to go to New Zealand.
We're going there next year.
Yeah, see, so...
I'm already saving for it.
Yeah, it's that deep in him. So, and I found that quite weird. Like, now he's become a very important person in my life, and I think that is our souls, of course, finding each other again and stuff like that. And we've met each other multiple times before, but never have actually spent time to actually get to know each other until like 2 years ago. Anyways, so the other thing too is I was like a man, and I'm like very I have a lot of masculine ways about me, I guess. I do a lot of guyish things.
That's what I was about to say. I'm like, what changed?
Yeah, and I seem to be a little bit more attracted towards male company. I get along very well with guys, and for most of my life, my friends were guys. Like, we were just friends, no problem, nothing. Like, we wouldn't, like, they weren't trying to pursue me or anything. Like, we were just straight up friends. That's it. And I think it has a lot to do with my past life, and that's probably why I'm the way that I am now. So, anyways, from there, let's get on to his story. And now, beforehand, the thing is like, I didn't really, like, go too much, like, I went to detail what happened and stuff with him. But the thing is like, he's not the type of person to believe in stuff like this. Like, he has to actually have it happen to him. And before coming to him, I was really scared that he was just not going to see anything and I was going to look like a psycho. Because he considers himself atheist. And so he's from a very skeptical standpoint. So I thought it was really awesome to be able to have him here to talk to you guys about his actual experience that he had doing this regression that I did.
Mine. I was following the regression. I went through the exact same thing that she went through as far as like it being guided hypnosis. I got to see, I was in like a field, like rolling hills with like a small like hut house off in the distance, and I had like this oddly shaped metal tool in my hand, and I wasn't wearing any shoes, and I was just like a working man, I guess, and I was just out in the field, and there was no one around me, there was no vehicles or anything like that, and I had a wife that died, and I don't know how, and I don't think I had a kid. Pretty sure I didn't have a kid. I didn't have a dog. I was like lonely. I was a very lonely man. And the tool I had in my hand, which was something that I used frequently to cultivate, was given to me by my wife as a present, and it was my most prized possession, something I held dear to me. And I think, she died in a car accident or something, I don't know, but I don't know how she would have died. And my job was a potato farmer, and I was in Ireland, or no, is it? Oh, yeah, it is Ireland. I was in Ireland, and I had no idea, but after I told her about it, she told me about how Ireland had a potato famine, and I didn't know that. I had no idea. So it would have made a lot of sense that I would be in Ireland farming potatoes, and I didn't know that at all. I've never been to Ireland. I never think about it. Never even really want to go there.
He hates history.
I hate history. I don't know who anyone is in history.
It's really bad.
It's pretty bad. But I didn't know any of this information, and doing that guided hypnosis, I uncovered a lot of things that could potentially be a past life, And I've never had something like that happen before. It's kind of cool. I thought I was going to have something similar to her or anyone else that I know of that did that. Or
suggested, like in a way that I had suggested it to him.
Yeah.
Or he was influenced by outside things.
But it was actually a completely individual experience that wasn't affected by any outside source as far as influence from her story or anyone else's. It was isolated just to me, and I thought that was really unique. And we had a few other people do it as well, and they all had something different, something very different. Even if they knew everyone else's story, theirs was always different. And it wasn't something crazy like, yeah, I was a hitman in the mob and this and that. Like people, it's not like that. It's like you're just a regular person. You're just a regular person in some country or whatever, just living your life like a regular, everyday person. You're not in Hollywood or anything.
Or Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, it's nothing like that. And I thought I would get something like that, but no, it's pretty cool. Obviously, from my standpoint, it doesn't prove that there's reincarnation or anything like that, but it's really cool to think about, really cool to experience, even if you don't believe in it. If you try it out, it's pretty cool. I think you'll like it.
Yeah, it's really, really awesome. And I've been so happy, though, that like everyone that I've had try it has had an experience. Some people are a little, like, not too happy, I guess, after the experience.
Edgar.
Yeah, a friend of ours that kind of was traumatized from it happening. And that's something about reincarnation and finding things out about your past is like, sometimes we don't really like what we end up seeing because it's like nothing to do with the person that you are now. Like, because you could see something bad and you kind of, the way you are now, you have like maybe a bigger heart and it just hurts you to think that you were ever like that.
Kind of like, that would kind of explain why Edgar was so stricken by it. He's such a good guy, and find out that he was doing such bad things in a past life per se.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely hurt him, and he doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, which really sucks.
Yeah.
But that's just how it is. So you guys are probably super curious about this video that we're speaking of. It's just, I'll put like the link randomly throughout the video and also in the description below. And you can do it from your cell phone. Almost everybody has a cell phone, so you should be able to do this. It's a YouTube video. It's guided hypnosis. Make sure when you do it, you turn off all the notifications on your phone, so that way during the video you don't get like a bing or like a vibration or something. No vibrations, nothing. The only thing that should have sound is like your media, like video stuff. That's it. And then you do it with a pair of headphones, and you can lay down in a dark room and try it out and do it. And you should be able to get something. If you're a really wiry person that just is like, and it's not going to work for you, because that happened with our friend, and she was just too wiry for it.
The video takes about 25 minutes, right around there. So if you're laying down and it's dark, you got your headphones in, you're listening to this soothing hypnosis and this guy talking to you. You just don't fall asleep. You know, you can't have any interruptions. Don't do it in the middle of the day when someone's going to be knocking on your door or something like that. Or, you know, try to see if you can record the audio from the video and then put it in your music playlist or something, and then put your phone on airplane mode or something like that, so you don't get any notifications. You definitely want 25 minutes of just you in that video to get the best experience out of it.
Exactly. And then whenever you feel like that you're kind of like rushing off or whatever, just repeat what the person is saying to you. Like in your mind, just keep on repeating everything they're saying to you, so that way you stay along with it. Another thing too, don't have little things going through your mind like, oh, this isn't gonna work, this isn't gonna work. Like, when you're talking in your head, make sure you're repeating what he's saying, so that way you're not thinking other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And when he tells you to receive some sort of information, the first thing that pops in your head is the answer. So, like, let's say if they're like, what color do you see? You'd be like, blue. Like, that's like the first thing that pops in your head. Wait, no, I'm seeing purple. No, don't do that.
Yeah.
You just go blue. That's your answer. And you keep it. Don't try to change it or think about it and stuff like that. People, when they do regressions, they're like, oh, you know, I was Queen Cleopatra. Not saying that it's not saying that it's impossible. It's just that a lot of people go into this with the expectation that they were someone that was extremely, like up there. And that's not always the case. A lot of times we just live regular lives, but we had an impact to particular people. Not necessarily, like, as a queen or something like that. But, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I don't think I got too much information or whatever. But, I'm planning on doing more regressions, and probably him too, because I would like to see if he might get something else. I think that your first regression is usually something that you have no idea about, so that way you can kind of know that you're receiving the right information or actual information. So if you guys have any more questions on reincarnation, so I can make a more solid video, leave your questions in the comments below. And if you guys want to get in contact with me, go to my Facebook page, not profile, page. My profile seems to be a place for trolls and just some perverts and stuff. Profile page. That's where you're going to get in contact with me. Or Keek, or any kind of other social media. And you can also go and check out his YouTube videos, The Motorcycle Boss. He does motorcycle maintenance and fixing stuff.
I fix things. She's in the videos as well from time and time again. She's always the one that's recording, so.
And I edit it.
Yeah, she records it, she edits it, so if it's messed up, her fault.
And we also have another channel called Random AF.
Oh yeah, about that.
And it just has a bunch of random videos of random crap. And if you guys have any requests for those, just go there, subscribe, and leave something in the comments below that you would like us to try.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Tell us something, a challenge or something like that. We already have a habanero challenge put up, and we have the what was it, the tipsy
yoga challenge.
Tipsy yoga challenge we put up there.
Racist gift basket.
Oh yeah, there's a racist gift basket I got for my dad, or we got for my dad for his birthday, and that was pretty funny. So not just challenges, but anything that that pops in your head, just let us know.
So you guys, talk to you guys later. Don't forget to leave your stuff in the comments below. Goodbye and blessed be.